Thank you for attending JTech VigorIPPBX Certified 10 webinar. My name is Perry Liao, the Marketing Project Manager of JTech Corporation. In this technical application-based webinar, we will focusing on the latest firmware version 3.5.5.3 to introduce those benefits can be provided by JTech VigorIPPBX Certified 10 to the real case business scenario. In fact, JTech's VigorIPPBX Certified 10 can be treated as the remedy from the traditional PBX setup for you to get rid of the costly implementation or the tedious settings. So, in the first part of our webinar, we already introduced the benefit from its IP telephony features, including consolidating management for your extension in the situation like move, add, and change, savings from IP telephony, productivity enhancement by PBX, flexible and extendable IP extension setup. On the other hand, in addition to the IP telephony benefit, JTech's VigorIPPBX Certified 10 takes care of your business network as well by the uncompromising security features. First, we'll introduce the virtual private network feature of VigorIPPBX Certified 10 and also emphasize this voice over IP over VPN. VigorIPPBX Certified 10 actually can provide up to 32 VPN tunnels for your remote data access and even the voice communication security. From this scenario, we know one company has headquarters located in Merrimack, New Hampshire, and also has one branch located in Los Angeles, California. They would like to establish the IPsec VPN LAN-to-LAN connection to secure the data transmission between headquarters and branch office. You may notice we already gave you the WAN IP and LAN IP of these two sites. Later, we can use those information to build up the IPsec LAN-to-LAN VPN connection for the headquarters and the branch office. For establishing the VPN connection, you should go to VigorIPPBX Certified 10's web user interface, and then you choose Advanced, and then you go to VPN and Remote Access. In the VPN and Remote Access section, you first choose Remote Access Control. You may still remember they want to have the IPsec VPN connection between headquarters and the branch office, so we enable the IPsec VPN service right here. And I will also enable the PPTP VPN and L2TP VPN as well for my future use. And for the IPsec VPN service, you need to have your pre-shared key, so you implement the information right here and then hit OK. Then you can remain in the VPN and remote access section, and then you choose LAN-to-LAN in order to build the IPsec VPN LAN-to-LAN for the headquarters and branch office. And we know some company may call site-to-site. First, you enable one profile in the LAN-to-LAN section. The very first part will be the comma setting. I will simply name this profile as headquarters. Then we go to the second part. The second part will be the dialog setting. First, I check the IPsec tunnel, and then I can implement the LA branch's WAN IP right here. Then we do the third part, dialing setting. Still, I check the IPsec tunnel, then I implement LA branch's WAN IP as the peer VPN server IP. Then will be the very last part, TCP and IP network settings. I only need to implement the remote network IP, the LA branch LAN IP, and hit OK and done. Now you get a secure IPsec VPN connection to protect the data transmission for your headquarters and branch office. But there is one thing I haven't told you: voice over IP over VPN. So we will demo by the extension 2027, which located in the branch office in Los Angeles, California. And this extension will need to register at our VigorIPPBX 3510 located in Merrimack, New Hampshire. So how we let this extension 2027 to enjoy the voice over IP over VPN? Let's see how. First, we go to the web user interface of our VigorIPPBX 3510 and choose IPPBX session. Then we choose PBX system. Then you can see the SIP proxy setting. First, you should uncheck the disable registration from when, and the system will automatically select limit SIP request when and also the enable ACL. First, we will do the limit SIP request when. It means how many requests per second you will do for your VigorIPPBX 3510 to accept the registration from the other side, or we say remote side. We know from our scenario we only have several extensions outside, so I will say 20 requests per second for the extension registration remotely, or they want to make the SIP trunk code. So 20 for this kind of extension number would be more than enough. Another we will do for enable ACL. First, I click the add ACL. Actually, it means the access control list, and it acts as the whitelist of our VigorIPPBX 3510. You can plug in the exact remote WAN IP of the extension you would like to register at our VigorIPPBX 3510. When the VigorIPPBX 10 see there's a request from other extension but it's not in the whitelist, or we say the access control list you create here, it will not accept this request, so you can avoid the hacker try to register to your VigorIPPBX 3510. After that, we can begin to configure our extension 2027. So we go to IPPBX section again, and now we choose extension. For the extension 2027, you will see it can allow you to have the remote registration from either WAN or VPN. We will strongly recommend to choose VPN because you already got the secure IPsec VPN connection between your headquarters and your branch office. So now you can get the voice over IP over VPN for the extension 2027. Another handy feature I want to show you is, if you check the Terry Hill who owns the extension 2027, here the enable PPTP VPN dial-in for this number and password. It means for Terry Hill, if he suddenly need to have the PPTP remote dial-in, for example, if he is at home and he need to access the corporate database to answer customer question, he only need to use his extension number 2027 and also the 3-digit password you see here as the PPTP remote dial-in account name and password, and then can access the corporate database. Thank you for your attending or listening today.